Hello, welcome back to the MK11 Aftermath critique. In this episode, we'll be covering chapter 14, which is Sheeva's chapter. Last episode, sorry, we covered Nightwolf's chapter, and then obviously that's the format of this series. We go chapter to chapter. And I'm going to start with the same that I covered in my last year. Check out my DeviantArt, my fanfiction.net, links in the description if you want some good fanfic content for Mortal Kombat. And also do the same for my friend CDR. Very good stuff. Check it out. And there's also a Discord that belongs to me in the description again. So we are currently at Guardian for Life chapter 14 and so let's get started. Obviously we covered Time's Arrow Nightwolf last episode and here we are, chapter 14. I would put more visuals for this series, but I don't think it's necessary. I think it's just more so rambling criticism of the thing. I can't show gameplay footage. I don't have any capabilities to do that. I'm working with what I have. So I can show screenshots of what I'm talking about, but I'll try that out later. For now, to stick this. So anyway, with that out of the way and clarified, chapter 14, Guardian for Life, Sheeva. Now give me a second to get my notes. Okay, so I just had to check where I was. Because I can't remember when this chapter starts. Oh yes. Okay, so the chapter starts at the Shokan throne room, which doesn't look like an actual fight stage, but it's a location that comes up a couple times in the story. So that's something, and it's a decent place. I think that's schools in the room. I might be thinking wrong. If that's the case, that's kind of fucked up. Also, there's an implication that the Shogun drink blood now in MK11. So not great stuff. The Shogun, when the MKS seemed they were progressing, getting progressive with the Shogun, you would have to kill Kombat and Kintaro, which would have fucking dumb. I don't get the point of that. But there was actual development to the species itself. And MK11 goes completely back on that. And this starts in chapter 16. Well, it starts with Sheeva. And then chapter 16 is when it all fucks up. There's just no redeeming qualities. So, the trio of Shang Tsung, Fujin and Nightwolf, they decide to enlist the aid of Sheeva, of all people. It's an odd pick. It's, again, very contrived for the sake of, we have this lineup of DLC characters, we gotta include them. So again, it's really out of nowhere. There's no real explanation. Well, there is. It's from them retconning a retcon in that Sheeva was Sindal's bodyguard, which she wasn't in this timeline. Yet now they're bringing that back. Of all things, and you're bringing that back, even though Sindal you've retconned, so that this doesn't make any actual sense. This means she was pretending to be nice, even though the only time Sheeva would have been her bodyguard was when she was Shao Kahn's wife, and I don't know why she put on an act at that point when Shao Kahn's evil, blatantly anyway. So again, none of context, it doesn't work, and again it retcons MK9 stuff, and that's the timeline you should be focused on. As part of the current timeline, this timeline, and you should be focused on following the cartoon you made for that more than anything, which MK11 does not do that in any way. And that doesn't mean I like MK9. I just think to be consistent, to be concise, like, you guys salvage that stuff, or else you're just bringing retcons for the sake of retcons, which is what MK11 and NRS love. So Sheeva agrees because Sindel, she has a connection to Sindel now, really forced. So yeah, she agrees to help escort Sindel to the Soul Chamber, which is Soul Chamber's purpose has also been retcon wouldn't be the right word, but more so it has been, like, they've added the addition that can restore revenants, and also the Jinsei essence can, because they use it to help with the restoration process. I don't know if it's a mix of two or two separate things, but neither of these are brought up as potential ways to restore the revenants in MKX. It's just, we need Quan Chi. And also, the revenants aren't even restored here, it's just Sindel. But, like, they don't care about the other revenants to even restore them, because they have the past versions, and they act like the past versions are the same thing. Very dumb. And so they go to the Deadpool, which I don't understand, like, the layout, because the Soul Chamber, now it's in, like, a cathedral or something. I don't know why, like, a sewer that was, like, made for, like, to kill prisoners was, like, I don't know why it connects to the Soul Chamber. Even if it was the original, like, Soul Chamber, the original Soul Chamber was in, like, Shao Kahn's fortress basement or some shit. So I don't know how the Deadpool connects to it. It doesn't make sense to me. I think it's contrived. Is a contrived way to include stuff, new content, even though it's not suited for the story logistics. So the entire Deadpool section, well, this entire chapter actually, is complete filler, and it's so obvious. All 5 fights, 5 of them, I don't know why the chapters in this have 5, not 4. Like, you could make an entire new chapter with that stuff. Like, I feel like that's just a waste of effort, especially when every chapter has at least 1 filler fight already, even with 4, and now you're putting a 5th one. It just kind of drags things along. I think it's because they needed more fights, or else people would be like, okay, this is very underwhelming. It's still underwhelming either way, so they fucked up on that part. But this filler is made even more fillery, if that's a word. It's not, but it's made worse by the fact that Shang Tsung can create portals. This has always been a thing. It's carried over into Aftermath because he's made portals to the Nether Realm. He's made a portal to the Chaos Realm. He's made portals all over the place. He can go between fucking realms with the portals. Yet he can't just make a portal to the Soul Chamber. I mean, we brought us up in the last episode that he could just make a portal to the Crown, and then he could easily get it, and then just portal out, go like portal to Chronica's Hourglass, and immediately just beat up Chronica. And again, Liu Kang can make portals. Fire God Liu Kang, he can make portals. Why doesn't he just get the crown himself? Nobody knows, because it's not explained. So, yeah, that's the thing. So the Soul Chamber thing, just, they could easily get there, but no. And so they fight. First, Aaron Black and Baraka, they show up. Aaron Black, like, is telling it to Taka. It's like a story, like, he shoots a man who's taking a shit on an outhouse, in an outhouse, fucking hell, or something, and, like, and this confuses me. I think that's fine. It's like a character thing that Aaron is, like, interacting with, like, a group. He needs it. It's present Aaron, and he hasn't spoken till now, which is crazy. This is the only time he'll speak. We won't see him again after this. But the thing is, I can't tell if it's establishing that Outworld has outhouses, or if this is like trying to be Aaron giving like a Wild West tale from those times. even though he's been retconned, so that seemingly isn't true, but also it's not clarified if it's still canon, like that he's like an actual cowboy or an outlaw. Same thing, fuck it. So this doesn't help with the confusion. Also, Aaron Black is like, he fucking massacred a lot of Tarkatans for Kotal. And then the Tarkatans are being buddies with him and they're like laughing with him and stuff. And he's with Baraka, and I feel like Baraka would want to kill him instantly. And Aaron being with the like Aaron being on the side of the with Katana, like Katana just hires him. I know it's by extension of the alliance with Kotal, and Aaron's Kotal's only ally, but Aaron's just a mercenary. He's just a mercenary. Intro dialogues confers so much. He has no actual like attachment to Kotal, which I kind of think is fine, because I don't think Aaron and Kotal have an interesting dynamic at all. So, but also it's just generic. Anyway, so yeah, that's weird. Also, what even happened to Aaron's like Tarkatan arm sword? Like, and he made a sword out of a Tarkatan arm. Like, was really cool. My favorite thing he had, even though he's not much of a he's not like a sword master or anything. It's a shame it doesn't carry over, but also I'm glad it doesn't, or else this scene would make even less sense. But also, I feel like, actually, I can't remember if he even used it in a story, so maybe it doesn't count as canon, but he definitely shoots up a lot of Tarkatans, especially in Chapter 2 of MKX. So, yeah. Eren and Shang Tsung, they're in the same scene, and like with the intro dialogue, there's no mention of them knowing each other at all. Here they don't even, like, speak to each other, they're just in the same shot. Which is dumb. I think Shang Tsung is Eren's only interesting character connection. I think you could do some really interesting stuff with that. I'll give an example from my fanfic, Mortal Kombat Reborn. Shang Tsung is, like, throughout history, because he's been around for thousands of years, he finds warriors native to his realm, and he offers this spell that can slow your aging down. To people who he thinks are worthy of serving him, and he's so far, I can always add more. I've had obviously Eren. I've had a knight by his side. These are OCs and stuff. I might make a video about my OCs. So he's got a knight. He's got a pirate captain who was from ages ago, and like it was a sunken ship. Like it connects to IRL history. They all do. Eren doesn't. He's just a cowboy from like 150 to 200 years ago, around that. And then there's Hachiman, and he's an OC boss. So I am repurposing a concept character from Deadly Alliance. And he's like an archer. And he's the leader of the masked guards, who are also a group of Shang Tsung loyalists. So, stay off track, but there's just one example of a role that Eren would. It would be much cooler if Eren had his own like group he could be a part of. Like, I don't think honestly, I don't think Eren Black is important enough. He's not, like, conceptually, great enough to move out of this, like, servant role, necessarily. I know people suggest make him a loner. I think that's very pointless, because what the fuck does he do then? Unless it was to write him out, where he just goes to be on his own, that's fine. That'd be cool. But yeah, Eren Black, he's lacking a lot, and the only thing he really had was that MKX, like, bit of lore in his ending with Shang Tsung, and it's not mentioned at all in this game, not even in this chapter. That's unfortunate. Anyway, Eren shoots the fucking coffin. So, okay, I should explain. Like, now I'm talking, Shang Tsung is shapeshift into a Shokan, which the Shokan looks really weird. It's like a gorilla. It's such a bizarre looking Shokan. I think it's paint, like war paint or some shit, but yeah, it looks very dumb. And he looks very suspicious. what a sussy backer Shang Tsung is. And Baraka can smell him, and that's fun. Shang Tsung is smelly. That's good lore. So Baraka just immediately stabs him, and that is cool. Baraka is canonically just fucking shanks Shang Tsung. That's cool. I like Baraka being this actual threat in his story. I think this is the best Baraka portrayal by far, by leagues. The only other Baraka portrayal that I like to an extent is Baraka from the Conquest mode of MK Deception. Oh, and he's just like a generic, he's generic evil monster thing. I like the Tarkhan development. Even though them still being cannibals is just a setback, but it's not really relevant to the story, at least. It's just made fun of in a lot of intros, which is, I don't really care for it. Anyway, yeah, so Sheeva and Baraka end up fighting after all this conflict. They end up killing a Tarkhan who runs that. The animation is so fucking weird that you can't tell what the fuck happens to Tarkhan, but they fall in a dead pool and die. And no one apologizes or anything. They just stare at it, and then Shang Tsung sarcastically apologizes, but that doesn't really count. And then, yeah, the fight breaks out. And then that leads to Sheeva confronting Baraka. I don't know. They could have done a tag team thing here, since Aaron and Baraka are the same thing, but I get it. They need more filler, so have them separate, dumb, but whatever. And Sheeva, of course, makes a racist remark to Baraka before they fight. Because Sheeva in this is racist, sexist, it's just plain stupid. So is the entire Shokan race. We'll find out a bit later. Yeah, terrible. One of the worst in the game, and this is MKLM we're talking about. So Sheeva is very low on the characters I like. She is awful, especially since it's trying to be a heroic portrayal of Sheeva. I think it's terrible. And I think NRS are being sexist by this interpretation here. Having a strong woman be sexist and racist. And I'm like, what? Alright. So, really not good. Really not good. And I do not like that it bleeds into the story here. Because I thought she was pretty fine in the main story. Shows up in Guitar chat and that's it. That's fine. Well, she shows up for the end fight, but no dialogue from her. She's just stood by Baraka, by Jade, by Guitar, which is a really cool group for the Apple characters. I thought that was really nice. For what it was, obviously not enough representation for Outward. Outward has a lot of people, but what it is, good. It's good. Which after I fucks this up later because Baraka is gone, Sheeva dies, and Kotal is at the Sea of Blood now for no reason. So that's what happens. Spoiler alert, I guess. But yeah, this ain't that chapter yet, so I can't complain just yet. So anyway, Baraka's defeated, obviously, because she was chapter, even though, actually Sheeva being Baraka, reasonable. Sheeva being Aaron, very reasonable. Aaron should be beating anyone, really, in my opinion. I don't think his character, conceptually, he's definitely, lower on the card. Because he's just a gunslinger, which cool, he's gonna be good with guns, but, yeah, he's not gonna be able to beat, any, supernatural creatures. So anyway, Aaron, he shoots up Sindel's coffin, and it says, "Whose toes up in that coffin?" Oh, okay, that's his only good line ever. So that's nice. And then they fight. And yeah, all these fights, they all come from, oh my god, it's Shang Tsung. After this, Shang Tsung doesn't, okay, Sheeva beats Aaron, obviously, and then they move on. And obviously, because, this is more Kombat, you can't talk things out, you can't explain why Shang Tsung's here. Yeah, that led to all these filler fights, and there's another one now, where Shang Tsung doesn't even go back into his Shokan disguise, which, what the fuck, why not? And Jade shows up, and Jade's like, oh, you can't go into the Soul Chamber, because Kotal's in it, bending his broken back or something, which, fuck Jade X Kotal. I hate this. This is Jade's last role in this story, in this timeline, and it's to just be Kotal's wife. That is her characterization. The character is Kotal's wife. Gonna protect Kotal, and Sheeva beats Jade, which is surprising, but it's Sheeva's chapter, so whatever. Anyway, well, why the hell are so many of Katana's main allies? They're all hanging out, like, guarding the stewards. I mean, Baraka, a group of Tarkatans and Erenbach just come down out of nowhere. They just happen to come into the sewers, the Deadpool, as the overhears are here. Oh, sorry for my dog again. Hello, Alfie, making another cameo. So, yeah, again, everything about this chapter is contrived. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Jade gets defeated. They go to the Soul Chamber, change the scenery now. And Kotal's there, healing his spine. Again, the Soul Chamber can heal people now, which is very overpowered. And the fact that this is only used now makes this idea not work, because this could have been used for so many circumstances, and it's not. Also, it functions like conceptually like how the Jinsei Chamber would, presumably. So does this count as the Jinsei Chamber now? For our world, I don't know. There's no mention of other Jinsei chambers actually, which is dumb. But yeah, speaking of Jinsei, there's the Jinsei essence, and they use that to help restore Sindel. They do like this spell, Fujin, Shang Tsung, to restore. But first, Kotal is like awoken somehow. I don't think any of the characters fucking speak. They just walk in and he just pops up. Presumably interrupted the process, but also he's capable of fighting Sheeva, but also he's still injured. Except when you cut to gameplay, he's just fully fine Kotal. What are you doing? Sorry again. But anyway, Kotal gets beaten up by Sheeva, as he should. Fuck Kotal. Yeah, he deserved that, especially for nuking the Shogun. That was fuck. Anyway, so they restore Sindel. While this is happening, while they're doing this process, Katana shows up, the new Empress of Owl. She's here too, I guess. And she, because Shang Tsung's there again, they have to fight. Sheeva beats Katana. Like, what? Katana beat Shao Kahn in her last fight here. And Sheeva's beating her? Like go Sheeva, but that doesn't make sense for power scaling. And by the way, I think I said it before, and I'll say it again. Katana beating Shao Kahn is a good decision. That was completely fine. And it doesn't actually ruin the credibility of Shao Kahn. If Liu Kang can beat Shao Kahn, Katana definitely can. So, yeah. I can't believe that's one of the main complaints about this game. Of all things, it's always the power scaling. It's always power scaling. There's power scaling. And they always pick the most absurd things. And it's just fans. They want to see their favorite character do well, and they get pissed when usually it's because a woman beats them, their character. So, yeah, interesting coincidence. Just saying. Anyway, Sindel's restored. This restoration process also changes her clothes, I guess. Interesting. I mean, it's better than the Quan Chi shit that made her naked when she woke up. So yeah, I guess there's that. So after this, Sindel pretends to be nice for no reason again. And Katana gets to speak with Sindel. She believes that Sindel killed herself, which this is incredibly fucked up. I know this was lore from the original timeline, but it's lore that doesn't apply to it. It doesn't apply to anything in this timeline, it doesn't apply to MK9 because MK9 Quan Chi kills Sindel. It doesn't apply here because Quan Chi again killed Sindel, and Sindel's evil now, so why would she commit suicide when she loves Shao Kahn? Which, I'm gonna fucking wash my mouth out with soap after saying that, but that's the case in this game. And here, Katana thinks that... Thanks, Alfie. I'm sorry, kid, about him. He always shows up when I'm doing recording. He never comes to see me, usually. But now he loves to. I'm talking. But, I was like, right, okay. So, yeah. This suicide thing, it doesn't... like, where did she get this thing? Like, in lore, who told her this? Was it Shao Kahn? Because Shao Kahn is supposed to be a good husband here. Like, I'm gonna see later, like, Shao Kahn and Sindel, they are weirdly wholesome, and it's fucking gross. It's like odd. It's a power couple thing, and like, they actually love each other, and that's bizarre. How that of all things you choose. I would rather Shang Tsung and Quan Chi be a fucking power couple. I want that, actually. I fucking want that. Give it to me. Where is the Deadly Alliance retelling, by the way? You know, the most interesting villain thing, in my opinion, is the Deadly Alliance. I think it's so cool how it's done, but no, it doesn't happen. The only mention of Quan Chi is that he killed Sindel for unexplained reasons. I don't know why he would. I don't know what he gained from it. Never established. But anyway, Quan Chi killed Sindel, I guess. Which, good. That makes Quan Chi the biggest fucking hero ever to kill that evil bitch. So yeah, it's fucked up that Katana had to believe that Sindel killed herself, and I don't know where that rumor would have came from. It wouldn't have come from Shao Kahn, because Shao Kahn would have been devastated by this loss, which is a cursed thought. That's so weird, but yeah. Who told Katana this? And also because suicide is not... Like, I'd be fine with a Quan Chi killing Sindel Reckon, because suicide is a very touchy subject, and I don't trust anyone else to tell it. I'd be fine with a retcon if it made sense. Like, as to her death, not anything else for the retcon. The rest of the Sindel retcon, terrible. But this is salvageable. But yeah, it's... There was literally zero need to bring in the suicide talk when it has nothing to do with this portrayal of Sindel. That's basically what I'm saying here. So, it's fucking... They bothered to bring it up. And they just kind of dismiss it by Sindel going, no, I didn't kill myself. Quan Chi killed me. And it's just... That's a hug. And like... They can write nice Sindel. Like, when she's pretending to be nice, she's written rather well. Like, her personality. And it's fucked up that they can write this character well as a hero. They just actively choose not to. And they must do this for so many characters. Frost, Melina, Scarlet. Most of the villains shouldn't be villains, really, in this game. So, Cetron's hardly a villain. She just doesn't get a fucking arc to where she goes against her mother. Which is teased again in this... In Aftermath, it was teased in the main story, obviously, and it's teased again here, but the same result happens. I can't remember exactly when that happens. It wouldn't have been here, I think, chapter 15 next, right? But yeah, that's the thing that happens. So, well, you know now. Anyway, so yes, Sindel pretending to be nice actually feels genuine, which is so weird how they can do that so well. It's only not genuine when, like, the next time she and Katana interact, when, like, they fucking show the text that it's Shao Kahn saying Australia, which they reveal that way too soon. Like, they didn't even do a good heel turn reveal, because we already known, because Sindel's been in the game since, like, half a year before Aftermath came out, and she was just retcon stuff. So this, as like a plot twist, doesn't even work, because everyone knows, and nobody liked it, and they didn't change it. So yeah. And the chapter ends with Sindel back. Secret evil, but it's not been revealed yet. And that will take us to chapter 15, Winds of Change, which is Fujin's chapter, which also has a Sindel fight in the middle. Very odd. It shows they don't need the chapter system, because they went against it this one time. Actually went against it in MK9, with when Kung Lao dies in the fucking middle of his own chapter, which is funny. So yeah, winter change. This is the heroes. No Sheeva. Sheeva just, I don't actually know what she does. She just doesn't go. The trio with Sindel, I guess they go to Subsetrion. And yeah, so we'll get to that in a future video. For now, that is all. Thank you very much for watching again. I'll get a part 3 out, chapter 15, as soon as possible. Again, check the links for all my stuff, all CDR stuff, in the description below. And that's all I have to say. Thank you, and see you later.